welcome back to Cooking with Pals. I know it's been a while, I know it's been a long time, but I'm here. I'm telling you, it breaks my heart not to be able to do this, but if any of you have the secret of how to balance work, life with accomplishing dreams, holla at me personally. I need some help. The girl needs some help. Anyway, today, as we do, we're going to make a nice, tasty, simple choice of meal. Today we're going to do a one pot, right? In the meantime, subscribe, like, share. Cooking with Pals. Love you, boo-boo.
Or family. So as we are about to do some jambalaya, these are the things we need. I have some boneless thighs, which I've already cleaned and diced, about 1 inch thick, right? We also have some sausage. We're going to cut up some sausage. We also have some shrimp. I'm going to use some shrimp. And in that, we need some bay leaves. I'm going to use about 2 bay leaves. I'm going to use a couple stalks, maybe about 4 stalks of celery, diced thinly. We're going to use a small bell pepper and onion, diced as well, small diced, right? And along that, we're going to add some Cajun flavor, some Cajun seasoning, and we're going to put it all together along with some minced garlic, right? Wait for it. I'm going to show you how we do what we do.
Spoons of oil. You can use vegetable oil, canola oil, your choice of oil. 3 tablespoons of oil. You already know I got the chicken, so I'm using a 1 1/4 or a pound really of boneless chicken thighs. And I'm using chicken thighs because it tend to be a lot moister than just the breast, right? A pinch of salt and black pepper to flavor that. I'm also using the sausage like we mentioned, right? I have a medium onion that I've diced thinly, right?
So I'm going to add in my onions that I have diced, right? My bell peppers, my garlic that I've minced, and then I am going to also clean up some celery. I've already washed them, right? I'm going to use a couple stalks of celery that I'm going to thinly slice. And in this case, I'm going to use a couple more for my preference, right? I'm going to use 2 more stalks of celery. Now, what we're going to do with this is that we're going to also saute all these down. So, roughly about a cup of celery. Okay? Boom. There goes that. Got my garlic in. I mentioned the bay leaves. Drop it right there because we're going to use that. So, in this, I have my garlic, my celery, my green pepper, my bay leaves, and my onions. Okay? That's what we're doing with that. I, in turn, gonna cut up some sausage. I'm gonna thin slice some of these sausage. Now, this is also dependent on how many people you're cooking for, right? But while we're cutting this sausage, we're going to also have some chicken broth, which I have the bouillons. I'm just going to add some water and dissolve some chicken bouillon, and that is good enough for your chicken broth, right? We're going to do all of this, but as I get my protein prepared, I'll get the rest of it together. Along with that, you're going to need 2 cups of uncooked rice. We're going to need 2 cups of uncooked rice. But before we get started, let's do this. We're going to season this chicken up. So family, while my 2 tablespoons of oil is getting warm and nice and toasty on a medium heat, right? I'm going to add in some cayenne pepper, some all-purpose seasoning, because that's what we're going to need, some thyme, dried thyme leaves, some Cajun seasoning, and a little black pepper. I'm going to use all this to season. I'm going to use the Cajun seasoning along with the black pepper to season the chicken. Now, this is dissolving that chicken bouillon or making that chicken broth. So I'm just going to stir it until all pieces are nicely dissolved. And we're going to use this as 4 cups of broth when it's done dissolving.
So family, while my chicken is being browned, right, I'm also going to have 2 cups of rice. I'm going to wash my rice and prepare that because we're going to add that. So in the whole idea is this. We're going to brown the chicken, remove it, do the sausage, cook it, remove it. We're then going to saute these veggies, the celery, the peppers, the onions, the garlic. We're going to saute that. Now, along with that, I'm going to add in a little bit of this. If you know what this is one of the most flavorful hot peppers there is, right? Just a little hint because I want to add some of that Jamaican heat that's in me in this, right? Just to flavor it. Your choice, up to you. Cayenne pepper is just enough, it's fine, but that's my added twist to things, right? Along with that, we have the shrimp, but we're going to leave the shrimp for the last because if you're in the kitchen, you should know it takes no time for shrimp to be done, right? But that's what we're doing. We're waiting on the chicken to do what it does. We're going to get it brown and going that way we want it done, right? Wait for it. Chicken in pot being cooked to brown, and we're going to let that brown. Turning chicken to make sure that we get a nice caramel color to the chicken. You can add just a pinch of some browning to get it that perfect brown if you'd like to. Don't want to overdo it, just a pinch of it, which is what I did.
Now family, what I'm doing is I'm going to remove that chicken straight from the skillet. See, we're going to remove it. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in that sausage, right? And we're going to cook that sausage. Look at that chicken. Look at that deliciousness. So removing that. Now we're adding the sausages to that same oil. And we're going to stir until nice and golden brown. Look at it. So family, I have my sausage and my chicken set aside. Now, I'm going to just put my bay leaves right on the side of that because now I'm getting ready to saute that garlic, that celery, that green pepper, right? With a hint of that habanero. We call it purple pepper or brown pepper, right? One of the hottest peppers, but I'm not going to use too much because it's the flavor that I'm seeking. That wonderful flavor of that pepper just bring alive everything. Don't forget, subscribe, like, share, cook it. So here I go, family. Here I go. We have that pepper and that onion, right? We're using the flavor of that chicken that we previously did along with that sausage because all of this on the bottom is going to come up, and it's going to add body and flavor. Trust me, it's not called burnt, right? It's going to add that body and that flavor to our jambalaya. I'm telling you, fam, there's something about sauteing veggies that brings out a certain aroma that just, it smells so delicious. Okay, family. So now that I have my chicken cooked, I have my sausage cooked, I have sauteed my veggies, I'm going to get my rice together, right? So I'm using 2 cups of rice along with some chicken broth, right? Don't forget, we are not forgetting our seasoning, our paprika, our thyme leaf, right? We're going to use that Cajun seasoning again. We're going to use some cayenne pepper along with my habanero. I keep talking about it because I'm talking about that spice that's just going to enhance everything, right? So I'm going to go get my rice washed and cleaned up, right? Along with my paprika, we're going to add in all these seasoning and with my bay leaf and just sort of bring alive that jambalaya. Wait for it, it's coming, I'm telling you. Delicious. Family, so now that my peppers and onions are nicely sauteed, right? I'm going to drop in that rice that I washed, right? And I'm going to ensure that I mixed it in nicely. There we go. We're going to mix it in ever so nicely. And we're working with a medium heat. Right, nice. All right, family, I'm going to drop in that teaspoon of paprika. Oops. Get it out, get it out, get it out. Get that paprika in there. We're going to stir it, right? Again, we're on a medium heat, right? I'm going to drop in my thyme leaves as well. There you go, that thyme leaf. Drop it right in there. The cayenne pepper. We're going to add that in as well. Oops. Whole lot of noise today. Now the spiciness is dependent on you. I don't want to make it too spicy because this is not just for myself alone, right? I'm going to stir it in. Stir it in, stir it in. Now, my bay leaves, I'm dropping it in. My meats, my sausage, my chicken, dropping it all in there. Whatever juices it gave off, we're putting it in. Now, that chicken broth, we're going to drop it in there. Because remember, we are cooking rice, so we want that to simmer nicely. We're going to put it and stir it. We're going to cover. And then I'm going to add my shrimp. In afterwards. I'm going to cover and allow. Look at that, family. Look at that. While we allow the rice to cook, we're going to make sure that the rice is nicely cooked or partially cooked before I add my shrimp in there. So now that I've added my shrimp in, folks, I'm gonna mix that in, because now I want that shrimp to take on the flavor of the food. And we want that shrimp not to be overcooked. Look at that. Now some people like to put tomato paste or can of diced tomato in theirs. It's not my flavor today, but it's not to say that you can't. But this is my twist to Cajun, right? We added our Cajun seasoning. We added some Jamaican hot pepper in there, paprika, garlic, oregano, bay leaf, and we're just wanting that rice to nicely cook in, right? Roughly about 40 minutes or so from preparation to end. Just get that shrimp nicely cooked, and we cover back and lock in all that flavor. There it is, family. Jambalaya. I know you can taste it. Don't forget, subscribe, share it, like it. Love you, boo-boo. There it is, family. The shrimp, the sausage, the chicken, all in its glory. The celeries. I'm telling you, delicious. Look at that, family. Look at that. Wonderful, tasty jambalaya. Delicious. Ooh, it is so delicious. See that bay leaf in there, right? A little sausage, a little rice. Ooh, it's mighty hot. Tasty. Mouth watering, I'm telling you. Delicious. Love you, boo-boo.